Sec. All right. Hello, everybody. This is Ben and TJ Wolf here. How you doing, TJ?
I'm good.
All right. So tonight we're going to show you how to install KDE4 on Arch Linux. So the first thing you guys are going to want to do is go on to this Google Drive link that I'm going to show you and download these couple of pre-necessary packages. You're going to need to get the KDE base apps, or actually, no, I don't need that one. You need KDE Graphics Strigi, KDE Strigi Analyzers, and Strigi itself in order to build this, because without these, you're going to face a heck of a lot of errors, and it's just going to cause a whole lot of problems getting the necessary dependencies down. And I just made a misclick. Sorry about that, TJ.
What happened?
I made a misclick. Sorry about that. Anyway, so as I said, you're going to need those three packages in order to get started here. So like I said, the KDE Graphics Strigi Analyzer, KDE SDK Strigi Analyzer, and Strigi itself. Apologies for my mom being loud in the background. So we're going to CD downloads first. Do a list out. And we're going to list out one more time. Unzip KDE package. CD into KDE PKG. Now, in order to install these packages properly, you're going to need to do sudo pacman-u and then KDE graphics Strigi Analyzer. I like to group these together. Strigi and can you see that's okay, TJ?
Yeah, I can see it. Okay, I'm watching.
Okay, KDE SDK.
Do I already have these packages in my GitHub? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I remember we uploaded these to your GitHub a while ago. So, oh, well, this is a drag. Looks like I got ahead of myself. We have to get KDE libs and KDE base runtime. All right, so we do a Yowert, or actually, let's do Trizen. KDE base runtime. Oh, wow. Just found. Okay. Let's try Yowert in this case. Okay, there it is. So we're going to get number 1. Get number 2 if we need to. Okay, so we're going to say no to edit the package build. Yes to proceed. See what this does. And guys, I've done this quite a couple times, so this should be fairly easy. And it's installing Oxygen icons, which we're going to need in order to theme this properly. Once we get KDE installed AutoMock, yeah, we're not going to mess with that. And folks, these packages probably will take a little while to build, so just bear with me on the speeds here. Might want to crack open your drink of choice because this might take us a little while. KDE libs 414, yep, gonna want it. libdbus menu qt, yep, we're gonna need that. And for those of you following along at home, just follow the same steps and you're good. And this is where I was getting a lot of questions. This is very essential at Tika Qt4. We're going to need this, not a Tika Qt5 or whatever. This one, you're definitely going to need. If not, oh. ECM, what the hell is this?
Yeah, I remember that did that before in the
Yeah, let me
article.
see if I can figure out what's wrong. Oh boy, that's a problem. Okay, well, Tika QT4 did not want to work. So I'm going to try editing the package build. Me or somebody really needs to fix these package builds at some point. All right. So I'm going to get rid of Tika QT4 and replace it with a Tika, see if that does something. Let's see, what package build is this? No. Yes. Okay, yeah, that's how I had to fix it. I was wrong about that. Sorry, guys. We have to replace it with a Tika, not a Tika QT4. Excuse me. All right, that looks good. QT4 is already installed. Yes. Build that. Get extra CMake modules. Ah, this PGB key crap. Really? Yeah. What?
Thanks.
Yeah. I have to do gpg-rec-v hyphen keys. Paste this in. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Okay.
Is he watching?
Yes, Ricky is watching. He's just giving positive feedback.
Thanks, Ricky.
Yeah.
For saying that.
Yeah. Thank you, Ricky. Means a lot. TJ and I have done tons of different stuff together. He actually helped out on some of my respins back in the day, like M Cole and a couple of other things. So I give TJ a hell of a lot of credit because he does some very good work working with me. So thank you for those words.
Yeah, I also have a YouTube channel, and I'll let Ben post if anybody wants
I'll
to
put it in the description at the end of the show.
Yeah.
So, actually, while we're waiting for these things to compile, I might go look for that. No. Ah, snap. Forgot to change that Atika package again. Yes, I gotta put Nano back in here. See, folks, everything that Atika QT4 is dependent from, you have to change from within package build. Yes, and KDE libs, you want to get rid of Atika QT4 and just replace it with the newer one. And yeah. No, yes. And for those that think I'm going too fast, just pause it or watch the playback and pause it at the parts you think I'm going too fast at. Now, some of these will take a little while to compile. So if you have any chat room questions or anything like that, post them. TJ, you're welcome to ask any questions you might have as well. Some of these will take a little while to. Oh, snap. Rodney, what we are doing is we're building the Linux desktop KDE4, which is based on Qt. And Ricky, thank you for saying that. It's totally okay. Just be watchful about that. So. Ricky, that's totally okay. You don't have to apologize. Everybody makes mistakes, it's okay. And you can thank TJ for this stream actually happening because I've been meaning to fulfill my promise to make this little tutorial for him for a long time. And I figured, not only help him out, but I figured I'd help everybody out by making this tutorial. So thank you, TJ, for suggesting this little tutorial for. It's finally gotten my channel some new content. So thanks to you, I've actually gotten a little something together.
You're welcome, Ben. Thanks for making it.
You're welcome. Anything to give back to the Linux community. But yeah, it looks like we're getting a little error here with the download link for KDE libs. And Will Armstrong, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. So I gotta find so I have to go Google now for the link to KDE's libs package. Oh, sorry to hear about that, William. Hope you're doing better, buddy. Let's get this closed. Now we gotta go KDE libs. Gotta pull it from GitHub. Let's see. I'm gonna copy the tar.gz. Okay. Out of that. I gotta change this. All right. And no, yes. Yes. No. Yes. All right, so now it should work. I really should have made a bug report to the freaking guys at Arch to update these things.
I know, because they got a lot of packages for and KDE4 that are
out of date. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they're just orphan packages that nobody wants to fix. So I might just fix it for them, you know? That or just host them somewhere and upload them to my GitHub. I don't know. Yes. Okay, guys, there it goes. Now it's fixed. Let's see what the chat room's going on about. Holy cow, Will. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. I might have to check that out later. Diabetes sucks. Oh, well. One of these didn't patch the runtime. Well, Yowert -s KDE base runtime -skip checksums. I completely forgot about that. Oh yeah. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to Yowert-G this at this point. Wasn't really well prepared for this. It looks like. We're gonna cd KDE base runtime. Wait, that's the wrong one. Oh, shit. KDE libs. Okay. Now the next thing we do is make package.si, skip, check sums, cd KDE libs. Package build. All right, so the thing we need to do in here is get rid of this Qt4 line. Oh, wow. Package build again. Now, guys, I'm going to make this very clear. If you're not familiar with what I'm doing, don't try and do this. Isn't that right, TJ?
Yeah, this is only if you want KDE4, if you really want to run it.
Yeah, because like I said, you know, you should have some some backbone in Linux, some familiarity with the terminal. If not, get using the terminal, get used to that command line, and just really make sure you know what you're doing, because if not, things can break. Oh, man. K News. Oh, my God. Looks like we're getting some errors with KDE. Oh, boy. Configuring complete K News stuff. Yeah. Trying to figure out how to fix this. Looks like we're at a bit of a CMake error. KDE UI. Let me scroll back through this, see what it's complaining about. Hold on, TJ. Oh, wow. Got that. Strigi is needed. Okay. Let me open up another terminal and install Strigi to see if we can fix that. Yeah. cd.ls sudo pacman issues Strigi. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is yeah, I'll let that one through, William. Graphics. Now let's try this. Huh. Still not working. I wonder why. Trying to see. With Atika 042. Alright. I think I found the problem. I don't have Atika QT4 installed. Alright. I'll post this link. Oh. Here it is. Or not. QT4. Alright. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, you can't download it. Okay. Where's the darn? Okay. I'm going to upload these couple of packages to my Google Drive later. Okay.
Yeah, as you guys can see, KDE4 is a big mess.
Yes, it is, guys. It takes it's a big lot of work. This might be one of my longer live streams, actually. I might actually make some notes for this later to include Atika QT4. Yeah. Oh, in English, Bob's Discord mentioned that I'm live. Awesome. Okay, Atika QT4 is made, so now we can do this again. Let's see, ellipse. Okay, yeah, now it's fixed. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, TJ, I think that a Tika QT4 solved the problem, which it looks like it did.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I think that's what I did before when I installed KDE, was that I had to get that. That's what I forgot to mention when I tried to help you before, was that I had to download a Tika QT4. I just had forgotten where it was. Oops, that's the wrong thing.
Yeah, the problem that I had, I think, was like at the very end for KDE work.
Yeah.
What was the very end package for KDE?
It was KDE base runtime, I believe.
I think it was that, or like, yeah,
KDE libs. Yeah.
And it was like a very end package though, but I think it had something. I think it had also something to do with VirtualBox too.
Yeah.
I think you actually have to do this on your real hardware for it to work.
Unfortunately, I think TJ's right, guys. You have to download KDE4 in real hardware because I don't think it's updated anymore to run in a VM.
because I had problems with it, and it was saying there was not enough space or something.
Yeah, you either didn't give it enough hard drive space or there's just not enough virtual memory to run it, one of the two.
Well, I did, but I just think that was VirtualBox. That's why I'm,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
because I gave it like, I think I gave it like 70 gigabytes or something.
Yeah, that's more than plenty for KDE to run.
Might have been lower than that, but
Yeah, yeah, KDE is a big desktop. Yeah, yeah, KDE is huge. It's a really large desktop. I mean, this laptop has a 1 terabyte hard drive in it. So that's it's not a normal hard drive. It's an SSD hybrid drive. So, and thanks for sharing the video on the Hangout on Facebook, TJ. That helps the channel a lot. Yeah,
yeah, I shared it on Facebook and G Plus too.
cool. And I mean, KDE, like I said, takes a long time to compile, and it's not something you can just expect to just not go anywhere for a while. So yeah. So William, what Linux distro are you running these days? Out of curious, while if any, while we wait for this thing to compile. And the same to you, TJ. What are you running right now?
I'm running, well, Ben knows this. I'm running Ben's Bill M call. So
Yeah, cool. I've seen it a couple times on many appearance sessions with you. So,
yeah, I'm still running it. So
yeah, that's good. Okay, well, what's your issue, William? Maybe you can tell us while we wait for this to install here. Maybe we can help you sort it out. A wireless printer fails to be recognized. HP. Okay. Um, that's unfortunate. Okay. Have you um okay, well what's the HP model number? Maybe I can look it up and see what kind of problem it is. Or if it's Linux compatible or that's something. Okay. See if there's like maybe a driver you can try or something. Because it's a 2622 all in one. Okay.
can you post the full model name? I can look to see if there's anything. Yeah. All right, thanks, William.
Yeah, I'll look it up too. HP 2622 all one Linux. Okay. Well, some searching on Google seems there's a customer support thing about it. Ah. Well, it looks like here there are Linux drivers for it. Let's see what he's saying. Yeah, William, there's Linux drivers. There's also HP lip, which should be native to Debian.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, it looks like HP lip might be your answer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's saying to download the HP lib and then
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what you
Yeah.
got to do here.
Try this. Try that. See what it does.
And then I'm trying to see what you got to do.
Yes, Mom. Yeah.
Yeah, I have there's actually a guide here. So download the newest HP lib
Yep.
and do this because this looks like it's a good guide. I'm gonna post it in
Chat.
the chat
Yeah. See if it'll help Will
here.
out. Yeah.
So you have to download the newest HP lib driver and then follow that guide.
Yeah. That should help you out, William. Hopefully.
Um, except
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to see. Except for don't do the first step because it wants you to download.
Yeah.
It wants you to CD into. It wants you to download. I'm guessing that's an older driver. So,
Yeah. Don't download that. Get the newest one.
is it saying? I would say download is a html in the .run file.
Yeah. I would get it from the package manager.
So
That's just me.
I'm gonna go and see because I did have it
Yeah.
on here. So download.
Yeah.
Okay, you said you're on Debian, so
He's on a Debian based distro. Debian
so
X.
yeah, you're gonna download this from here.
Yeah.
So download this, copy. I'm gonna paste
Mm.
this in chat. Download this driver
Yeah.
from there,
This takes a while.
and then follow the steps
Yeah.
that I posted
Good.
above.
Love you. Okay. Yep. Yep. Just do that, then follow the steps. You should be fine. Sorry, DJ. That was my mom. All right. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right. Sorry, my mom jumped in for a second. All right. So yeah, William, that driver that TJ posted should help you. So
Um, yeah, that apt get command.
yeah.
isn't really right because it might grab an older driver. So you kind of want to go with the HP
Lip. Yeah.
on the HP's website and grab it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could try it with Debian because I mean, it might, yeah, that might work, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure what driver version it is. So
Okay.
if that doesn't work, you can always remove it and try it from the HP site.
Yeah. Uh, Yeah. And thank you, Ricky, for the kind words of encouragement. That means a lot. I mean, I put a lot into these tutorials, and I thank TJ for helping me out here. That's because doing these alone, I wouldn't have lasted this long. And so, yeah, I'm glad TJ's here to help out and keep things rolling because doing a live stream like this by myself is not always easy. And if you want, I can post the link and yeah. Uh, yeah. And Ricky, you're more than welcome to come on and join us. That's fine. Yeah, William. Well, Gentoo is a great endeavor, and it's really not that hard as long as you follow the wiki. I might actually make a updated Gentoo tutorial at some point just to sort of show the process in more detail and that sort of thing because I have one on my channel from like months ago with Sergey, but I might make a doing one, just how I do it. So yeah. Okay. Let's see. Well, we're still waiting for KDE. Well, William, if you ever need help, you can always hit me up sometime. You're more than welcome to.
Yeah, Gentoo's not easy. Ben helped me, and I gotta say, Ben is the Gentoo master.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that about me. So I guess it's true. And there's the Hangouts link for those that want to come in the call. So kind of keep the show rolling here. So, yeah. Let me go to my Google Plus page here for a second. Take care of something. We're not going to have that. Yeah. Search. Oh, wait, that ain't it. Um, yeah. Yeah, there is a lot of issues with that, William. Oops. Okay. Yeah, Ricky or William, if you guys want to come into the stream, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, Debian testing is also issue prone. Yeah, I found that to be the case. It's not a. It's that's why they call it unstable, because it's issue prone. It's really not meant for everyday usage, you might say. Yeah. There. Yeah, that's why I don't really run Debian, because if you update it that high, it tends to break. That's why I don't trust it.
Can you hear me?
Hello, William. How you doing, buddy?
Hi, William.
Of course. Hi.
Yeah. So I hear you're probably going to try a Gentoo install again, huh?
Yes, on my real desktop for now. Unfortunately, there was kind of a thing I wanted to point out to the whole community of Linux, of course, that
Yes, go ahead.
my medical device I have given to me by my doctor needs Windows to work.
Yeah. Well, you can dual boot Gentoo if you say like you download like an Ubuntu or something like that. You can shrink the hard drive on it and still use it to build Gentoo from. All you'd have to do is do a mkdir space /mnt/Gentoo, and
Okay.
and then you can install Gentoo, still following their instructions, from within an Ubuntu-based system. And you can still use gparted to shrink down the Windows boot and make a space for Gentoo and swap if needing swap. But with most computers these days, you really don't need a swap partition unless you have like 4 gigs of RAM or less. Anything over 8 gigs or exactly 8 gigs, you won't really need a swap space at all.
Unfortunately, to put it lightly here, of course, the printer I have is the HP 2622 that is the wireless one I've tried, and I got it to work using what's been provided, like how you just mentioned, things like that. I got it to work, and unfortunately, like somehow something on some Linux distributions stopped discovery of printers.
Right.
And so that's why it's acting like it can't see anything.
Yeah.
What's annoyance with me right now is I run Windows for my Windows only games, but the problem is that the time and date gets messed up by Linux in the Windows side from its end. That's why I can't really. It's really a challenge because every time I do if I run Linux on it, it messes up the Windows time and date, setting it to 24 hours ahead to the next day, which will kind of screw things up.
I hear you. Well, in the documentation, they actually tell you how to set up the time, but I always use NTP instead of UTC because I set it to my local time zone and then I set it to NTP time, because usually if I don't, the clock gets all munged up and wrong.
Well, unfortunately for me, my computer's clock is also different than the Windows and Linux time clock, too. So it's kind of 3 different clocks, nearly.
Well, that ain't right.
Unfortunately, my Windows time gets messed up with the Linux clock. Then I try to find out the computer's clock, and it's all different. So it can't be synced together.
Well, what I I haven't really found a proper fix for the Windows clock, but what I usually do is I give it. I usually set the time to local, and it usually works okay for me.
Unfortunately, I'm having to keep Windows on hand because most of my PC games have a DRM limit where the too many activations will lock me out of it.
Oh, that's annoying. Well, now Steam does have Proton, and Spatry has a video on how to set up Windows gaming in most things. So,
I'm not too sure on how most of my Steam games may not be eligible on the Proton list. I
yeah.
haven't really verified this yet.
Well, there are some games. Well, you can enable the Proton beta, and I know that not a lot of Proton games, like for example, my Knights of the Old Republic game, um, not the MMO, but the older one, I did have some problems getting working under Proton. Now, TJ did say that he would help me get KOTOR working under Linux, and once that's done, I might make another video with him on how to do it if TJ doesn't mind.
Yeah, I don't mind. What games are you trying to run on Steam?
William.
Yes, me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only ones I have are the Windows ports like Qbert or many of those. Like the Qbert game is broken under Linux build. It's because it's for Linux and Windows both, but it's broken because the Linux version of it is broken. When I started up, I get nothing but a screen with missing icons and stuff. But it plays well under Windows though.
So it's working under Windows or it's broken under Linux? I misheard that.
It's working like perfectly in the Windows side of things, but in Linux, the game is made for both platforms is broken on Linux because the developers did not finish the Linux version of it.
I see. Well, I'm sure it's a perilous process to get it working in Wine, isn't it?
Well, I hate to break it to you, but I tried running a game in Steam and Wine altogether, and I got crappy results with a game called Worms Armageddon for Windows.
Right,
It wouldn't
I
work
get you.
very well.
Well, maybe try it under Proton and see if that solves your issue. I mean, you know, some games I've ran under Proton either had crappy frame rates or they just didn't run at all. So, I mean, maybe things have improved and I'll try it again. But, mileage may vary, as most people say, when it comes to running things under Proton, which is ran through Wine. So, it can work, but I might try it under Play on Linux and see what happens. But it really is just mileage may vary on these things.
Unfortunately, to put it this way, I had to kind of put Linux down for a little bit. I mean, I like it since I used to use Ubuntu 904 and '09. I used to and I liked it still, but I just didn't really. It's some of the hardware devices I have either A are proprietary, they only run in one platform and won't run in the other, or B they will run on both platforms depending on what they're made of. But unfortunately, the HP printer, I have to plug it in my computer through the USB port temporarily to set it up, and it's fine recognized underneath Linux. But for some strange reason, it just somehow is like a firewall or something in some distributions that stop Discovery for some unknown reason.
Oh, my.
In Windows, it works fine. I mean, I'm not trying to offend Linux users. I'm not trying to.
No, I get that, and I'm not offended. I'm sure nobody else is either. But Linux is always going to be a very good platform, and gaming on it is getting better. There's no question about it. But as long as games are made for Windows first, it's going to be a kind of a blow to us Linux users just to try and get them working is the problem. So,
And to make things lightly, sorry to interrupt there, but most of the game, like Origin by EA, is Windows only, so my Sims games are underneath there. I can't really use that on Linux either due to some restrictions on EA using proprietary software that will not work.
of course, and Origin, unfortunately, is strictly for Windows and or Mac. So until they come out with the native Linux client and port a lot of their games over to Linux, which is probably very unlikely at this point in time.
I have heard though that some Origin games will work.
In Linux, yes.
I've read.
Ben and TJ, the both of you are forgetting something or forgetting a reminder.
What's
Oh
that?
yeah, what's that?
The reminder is some of EA's games use SecuROM, a Windows-only DRM embedded. And
Right,
that's Windows only.
right. That is a good point. SecuROM, which is a horrible thing, is Windows compliant, but not other platforms. So that getting around that is a very tricky thing if you can even do it.
To tell you the truth, EA has removed SecuROM from two of its oldest titles, The Sims 3 and The Sims 2, which I play. But unfortunately, they changed it due to outcry at some point or something like that. But obviously, the game's still stuck in my Origin account digitally. So in order for me to play, I got to keep the Windows side to do that.
Yeah, of course. Well, that is unfortunate. Some games just tie you down, unfortunately. That is.
Yeah, that's hard to get around. Sometimes you just have to use Windows to play games.
Yeah, sometimes you do, and there's nothing you can do about it because, as much as it is, as Patrick said, sometimes Windows is a necessary evil force that we just can't work around.
Now, the Linux community, I don't have a problem with, of course. I've just been noticing why I've been absent from things like this because the changes in the code of conduct from Linus Torvalds is one.
Yeah.
Two, the way distributions are switching, I don't know if anything's going to go good more or someone's just going to go neutral and nothing happens.
Right. Well, now that Linus is back, hopefully things will set itself correct again. I mean, I don't know, but hopefully things will be set straight and we won't have to deal with this anymore.
Look at this. Can y'all see my controller?
Give me a sec.
Yeah, I see it.
Yes.
This works with Linux, except I have the wireless adapter on the other side.
Oh, the Xbox controller?
Yes.
Oh, I could never get my Xbox One wireless adapter to work in Linux. I'll be
Unlucky
quiet.
you, Ben. Tisk, tisk, tisk. If I can get away with using an Xbox 360 wireless adapter in Linux, then why can't you use your Xbox One on Linux then for your Xbox One controller?
Well, let me, while we're compiling this KDE thing, let me take my screen share off for just a second.
The way I got mine to work is I took my 360 controller, plugged the adapter in, installed the Xbox driver package in Debian, and just pushed the sync buttons on both ends, and bam, it worked.
Yeah, this is my Xbox One adapter. I had the tinier one, but this is the one that I'm using. I'm actually tempted to see if it works. Go ahead.
Does it have a...
Yeah, it has a little button right here on the side of it where my finger is.
Are you sure you installed the Xbox DRV package?
I know there is a package for it in Arch. I haven't tried it, but I'm actually tempted to try it right now to see if it works.
Because it's probably your key bin, because the Debian has the Xbox DRV package wrapped up in a neat package.
Gentoo does also, but also in Gentoo they actually have in the kernel modules that'll enable the Xbox controller without it. But I'm actually half tempted to try this. Give me a sec. So let's go over here.
Ben, you should be a developer or a builder or a compiler for big distribution companies or things like that.
I want to do that, William. A lot of people have suggested that. Even TJ has suggested that, hasn't you, TJ?
Yeah, I have suggested that for Arch. Yeah.
I want to do it, guys. Believe me, I just don't know where to go to find a job like that.
Well, Ben, you got to start somewhere and get your foot in the door. Can't you package for Debian?
I've never tried that. I've always been able to, modify e-builds and different things for Gentoo and Arch, but I guess I could look into that.
Unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to I could try to do a Gentoo install on my own desktop, but the only disadvantage is that since my desktop's hardwired into a wall outlet, any power outages will ruin it.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, if you do it, I would do it on a day where it's sunny and warm and not thundering or storming or whatever.
Ah, of course. And you're doing your screen sharing loop effect again.
Yeah, that happens because every time I jump over to the call, it goes nuts. So,
I see.
yeah, I'm building the Xbox driver right now, so I'm going to plug in my wireless adapter.
Earlier, I was just gaming on the Sega Dreamcast console while you were doing this.
Yeah, and actually, I do have Steam installed, so let's see if I can get Proton working on this.
Can you explain what's the native and runtime? Like, what are the two different options in the
The
menu?
native is, well, I could never get the runtime to work. So, as far as I understand, native is the actual client. I don't know what runtime is, but I know that runtime is actually, um, I don't even know what it is. I just know that native actually runs Steam within Linux. So,
I hate to break it to you, Ben, but you're the only one who can get it working in for a 64-bit build. I was using OpenSUSE 64-bit, and
yeah,
Steam will not work for. I've tried. I keep getting a strange library SO error or something, and I keep checking
yeah.
everything. It just doesn't.
That's that's the GNU C compiler problem. Meaning that straight 64-bit distros will not run Steam.
I have to use 32-bit Debian, but again, I won't be able to buy games or browse the Steam store with 32-bit because
Well,
he disabled.
actually, there is a command you can run called it's sudo space dpackage space. Actually, let me look it up. Hold on. Debian.
Because
Debian.
when I had Steam 32-bit installed on Debian, it won't allow me to browse the Steam store, period.
Yeah, there's a 32-bit add. All right. Well, there's a multi-arch wiki page here. If we scroll down, you see there's this command here, dpackage space -- add -- architecture. Then you just type in i386 after that. So that should enable you to download 32-bit packages, thus enabling you to use.
I have done that, but however, not all programs
you
are
have
written.
to do in this case is reinstall Steam, and then you should be good.
I have Seduction as a 64-bit version of Debian, which I have no problems with too much. But the only thing I screw up in is the keyboard configuration language change. I screw that up during the package upgrades.
Yeah. Well, in Gentoo, to get certain things to work with 32-bit, you have to have the under your use line on the make.conf, you have to add the ABI_x86_32. So in comparison to Debian, this should enable you to run 32-bit libraries and stuff.
On that note, the 32-bit version of Debian allows you to run Steam fully with no problems, but they disabled the build of Steam where you cannot browse the store with it in the program.
That's weird.
I can't, because last time I tried it was this year that I tried it, and it said you can't browse. It said that Steam 32-bit or Linux 32-bit distributions are unsupported, therefore it opens up an external browser, but you just can't use the built-in browser on the Steam 32-bit version. They disabled it permanently.
Yeah.
So for the 32-bit Steam users on Linux, sorry, but you can't browse the store-buy games from it. Tisk. Valve doesn't want you using that.
Yeah, pure 32-bit distros, ain't gonna work. Same with pure 64-bit. If you're running a pure single arch distro on not multi-arch, you're stuck. Okay, so now we can redo Yourt. KDE base lib. KDE
I
base.
tried to rebuild a package from Unstable by pulling in source code from Debian Unstable branch to get the ability to rebuild Mozilla Firefox from Debian Unstable to run on Debian testing or stable, but I couldn't figure out how to backport stuff.
Hold on. Well, that may.
I wonder.
Doing a backport, that's something I've never really had a decent time with either. I mean, it should be as simple as adding the backports repository.
I had the Debian SRC enabled on the app sources list before. I tried to backport Mozilla, but the error I got is that somehow running the.
Oh, hang on. So I looked here. There is a backports repository, but this is not what we want. Okay, here we go. Add backports to your sources list. I'm going to link this in the chat just to sort of give you an idea. There you go.
But I fear breaking my own distribution that I'm using by installing certain things from different repositories mixed.
Yeah, well, that's how Debian works. Is that sometimes it's gonna.
What Debian distro are you using?
I was actually trying out the Seduction branch, or the Debian, the pure Debian install, but I liked Seduction because it was rolling release. It constantly got updates like Arch.
Oh, okay. I would try though if you're having trouble with Debian, I would try MX
Linux
because that's Debian, and I know Dolphin and all them. If you go to the forums, they can help you. Like they're really good at helping because I used I think it was MX. I think it was MX16 before. It was an older version before. I haven't used the newer one yet, but they were
Sorry
really.
to interrupt, TJ. I miss Simply Mepis, and I tried out Makulu Linux before, but the developer was wanting donations a lot for that distribution.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, MX, they don't really ask that much. All they do is they just give you, they don't really, they're not nutty about donations. They just let you use the software. They're not like money.
Yeah, you don't have to donate to use the distro. They'll help you out either way.
Yeah.
Well, the developer I talked to before, I talked to him a little bit, and I'm interacting with him a little bit. I'm keeping the name withheld, but on Makulu Linux, the developer was always wanting people to donate, which was kind of irritating a little bit.
I understand that, and that's why I haven't ran Makulu and that sort of thing for lack of term. And
oh yeah, well, I won't go there with Makulu.
Yeah,
I think Ben knows. Yeah, I think Ben knows what I told him.
yeah.
Yeah.
My big question for you and Ben is, sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
My biggest question is, why do you think these smaller distributions go under?
Probably from lack of development and just lack of a team and things like that. I mean, running your own distribution or respin is really hard, and it's constant upkeep and that sort of thing. So it really just it takes a lot of time, and constant changes and things like that, and it's not an easy thing to do. So I mean, you got to have a support base and all this other thing, and it just takes.
I tried Calculate Linux, which worked. I tried that, and it worked.
Yeah, Calculate is really stable, really fast, and it's basically a pre-built Gentoo. So and it is it's like Das Gregor said, it's a really easy distro to get your feet wet with Gentoo before making that huge leap into that learning curve. So,
but heads up, I tried pure Gentoo install without trying I tried Calculate Linux before, then tried Gentoo install, and then I like it. I just noticed that large software may take more than 1 hour to compile. It took me 48 hours to get a system running up and going.
Yeah, it can take that long because, there's a lot of different, depending upon what you put in the system, it can take a lot of time to compile things. It's just how Gentoo works because it's built entirely for your setup on your machine, because you're customizing it down to the kernel level. And
I tried to get it. I got it going within 48 hours, but the internet and sound didn't really cut it.
yeah,
mean,
yeah. I mean, it really depends on the system how fast things compile, because it's really machine dependent. Like I said, how long things take, how big the thing is, and
what window manager are you running in here?
XFCE. And I've
Gee,
customized, yeah,
it looks like you tweaked it.
a lot. I wonder if, and I think I've even got Compiz running on this. Let me double check.
Then you're using Steam, aren't you?
Yeah, this is my Steam library, and I have not enabled Proton yet, but let me see if I can do that.
I would rather you Google Hangouts your Steam name to me, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course. I'll do that after the stream. How's that?
Fine. I just didn't want you to broadcast it widely because people start adding you like left and right.
No, I'm not aiming to do that. Okay, enable Steam Play. Use this tool. All right. So we got that. Now I have to restart Steam. Okay. And KDE is almost done here, guys. We're getting there. All right. I'm just testing out to see what all I can do with this. And what the heck? I installed the Xbox driver package, but it's not coming up.
Have you tried pushing the middle button to launch the big picture mode?
Hang on. Settings. Let's go to controllers. Controller settings.
Because pressing the big button will launch the big picture mode too.
I know. Well, I've got the controller adapter plugged into the computer after installing the package, and it's not coming up. It's not turning on at all. Let me plug it in here.
Gee, Ben, I hate to be, spoiler alert, but I think people might. But gee, I kind of wish Steam didn't reveal your alias on your thing on your window.
I know. Well, I can't really do anything about that.
That's kind of a little bit of a giveaway.
I know. It's perils of Steam, man. What can I say? I can't really do anything about that. That's one of the things I don't like about Steam, is that it shows your username like that.
By the way, you're lucky I have an Android 5.0 tablet that has Google Hangout preloaded on it. If I didn't, you would have been out of luck.
I know. And KDE base runtime is installed. Now it's gonna do this.
I see Arch like you can build packages from the AUR. I've done it before when I ran it.
Yes. Oh boy. I have to nano. I just commented out.
I figured out how to use Vim a little bit on my own with a Vim command cheat sheet type thing, and I can figure it out.
Yeah, Vim's not really that hard. It's just customizing the heck out of it. That is always the pain in the butt part.
I wish I could have made Vim use the nano control whatever letter button key combination.
Yeah, that would be nice. I know, TJ, you prefer what is it? You prefer the nano, right?
What are we talking about now?
Text editors.
Oh yeah, I like using Autumn.
Yeah. But terminal text editors, I prefer Nano personally over Vim.
Yeah,
I mean, sorry to interrupt.
yeah,
What I was wanting to, you can continue, TJ.
yeah. I don't know how to use Vim though. Like I could probably learn it, but I just, I don't know. I just don't like the look of it, and like
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems complicated to me. Like I don't want to waste my time using something I don't have to use.
That
I
I can
subscribed to TJ.
Yeah.
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 What's with the distro watch link in your about profile, TJ?
Mhm.
Um.
Yeah.
Oh, how did I get it?
It's like, why is it there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I put it there um, just so people know I use Linux and stuff, and they can go.
You sound like TJ. It sounds like you're British, to be honest. It kind of sounds like that.
Oh, I sound like I'm British.
It's the voice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, we're down to our last package here, guys.
My biggest question is: so, what is the difference between Manjaro and Arch are the same relative, or sort of?
Um, the simplest way I can phrase that is probably Manjaro is meant to be Arch for newbies. Arch is really not that hard, but at the same time, it's not for newbies. I mean, if you want to install Arch, like I said at the beginning, really know that command line, willing to read a manual, stuff like that. So that's how I would phrase that.
By the way, I wanted to put it lightly that I'm unable to get notifications when TJ makes a new video because YouTube gives me a 404 error on my Android phone when I tap the bell icon for some odd reason.
That's odd.
It's happened with every other channel infrequently.
That's ironic. Well, we've got KDE4 installed, guys. So
Wait, can you install? Can you do Can you install the SDDM?
Yeah, give me a second. SSDDM.
Yeah, the login manager. I think that's the login manager I want to use.
SDDM is installed, so
Yeah, and you have to activate it too, right?
yeah, so system CTL disable LXDM. Then I'll enable SDDM. All right, it's enabled.
My biggest question for TJ is what got him into using Linux instead of Windows? Like, what got you to jump on board?
Well, um, well, I like using. I just like using Linux because it's easier, and I don't have to worry about. I don't have to worry about updates and like I don't have to worry about them trying to make me update and stuff like when I'm doing something like it'll just update and like if you want to restart your computer it'll say you have to update and stuff but in Linux you don't have to do that. You can update whenever you want.
On that note, my biggest question is, well, my biggest answer to you to answer is how I got started with Linux was the fact that I had issues with Windows Vista in 2008. I was looking for alternatives. Someone told me Ubuntu 904. Tried that. Then I liked it, and then I came across the OzGUI Tech Show, which, of course, you and Ben both are y'all. Like, does TJ know about the show, the former show?
Yeah.
The OzGUI Tech Show.
OzGUI.
No, I don't know that.
Oh,
I don't know
TJ,
that.
let me give you a rundown on what happens. The OSGUI Tech Show was founded by Tim Mullins, a guy who also ran Linux 2.
Yeah.
The show was like a YouTube thing. He did like videos, forums, things like that on his own.
Hold on. If well, that's how you install KDE, guys. We're gonna check it out, and I want to thank TJ and Will for coming in. So we will see you guys in the next episode. Thanks much. Bye.
Okay.